Conference Media Days is here now, Sip, and
it's here.
Things kicked off in Las Vegas. And, what's cool is I'm interested because there's a lot of new storylines. You've got Big 12 Media Days with all these new teams like Utah, Colorado, all moving in
Arizona State. The four corners, Sean.
And then you've got, obviously, in the Big 10, the 4 Pac-12 schools, the 2 Big 12 teams going to the SEC. So there's a lot of new blood and new flavor and storylines that will come out of these next 3 weeks. We got Big 12 first in Las Vegas, by the way, and we joked that we should have taken the show down there.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. The first day was really good. Brett Yormark, I think you would have liked his address to the media, Sean, because it was very football oriented. He said, "We are the deepest conference in America. Look at our quarterbacks. Look at our running back." He was talking about Ollie Gordon, by the way. He touted the football part, which you don't always hear that from conference commissioners, right? When they do their opening, you know what I'm talking about? They'll talk about things that range way beyond football.
A lot of empty calories.
A lot of empty calories that don't matter. Warren. What was Warren?
Oh, his speeches were brutal.
What's Warren's first name again?
Kevin Warren.
Kevin Warren. My God. This was about him touting his conference. It was like kind of a rah-rah speech, but it was interesting. And frankly, I like the Big 12. I like the new 16 teams, the grouping they have. And I'll tell you something right now, Sean. When I was reading this stuff, I miss it. You know what I miss? And you will not convince me otherwise on this. Now that Colorado's in it, think about it. If every year Nebraska was playing Colorado and Kansas State, and how hot. Remember, Kansas State as a rival was getting hot. You remember it. It was getting hot. Colorado is smoking hot. You'd have that every year, every single year.
I mean, in all reality, Colorado and Nebraska, if they played that on Black Friday, that would be right now in the Big 12. They're one of, if not their prime piece of inventory.
There you go.
That would be the Ohio State-Michigan game of the Big 12.
Thank you for saying that. That's a great way to put it.
I mean,
and that would be every single year.
Colorado, Nebraska, Black Friday would be the Michigan, Ohio State Big 12 game.
How fun would that be for us? And then with Kansas State, which Kansas State, I always tell the story about I was doing an interview with Craig Bull after a Kansas State night game. It was a night game, so you know how it goes. We have to scramble to get our quotes and get our stories up. And because it was a night game, I had to go down the field and grab him. And I was interviewing him on the field. And a fan interrupted us, a Kansas State. Well, I didn't even know I didn't know who it was, but here's what he did. He came up and said, Hey, I just want to excuse me, sir. I just want to talk to Craig for a second. He goes, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for how much you suck. You are horrible. Thank you for that. And, and then you just go on. But those are the kind of things that we don't get in the Big Ten. And because there's nothing heated, really.
I'll put it this way, and I was in Colorado this week. I don't know if this had to do with my Nebraska plates or not, but my car got keyed.
Oh, hold on. What do you think? You think it didn't have anything to do with you being from Nebraska?
Yeah, I know, but my vehicle got keyed.
It's because you had Nebraska plates. 100%.
I also had my car door hit in Colorado. That's a whole other story. Though. It was an accident.
Yeah, but I know what people are thinking right now. Sipple, just shut up. Nebraska belongs in the Big Ten because of the financial structure.
Right. No,
I'm just saying I miss those hot rivalries. I really do.
I think the better question is in this current setup, can Nebraska beat these other teams for the best players?
That's another part of the conversation. It's fascinating. You have Ohio State becoming a monster, a bigger monster right before our eyes. They are loaded right now. Urban Meyer's telling people that that's the best group, that's the most talented locker room he's ever seen at Ohio State. Okay. Add to that, they have 11 top 100 recruits in their class right now. They have 11 top 100 recruits. Think about that, Sean. That's a monster. They have Chip Kelly, a former head coach, calling plays.
Unreal.
And by the way, you know what he's going to do? He's going to run the ball, Sean. They're going to brutalize people.
Yeah, the
They're
thing
gonna
people
brutalize
always forget about Chip Kelly, they go, he's not a pass guy.
He wants to run it.
He had offenses that ran for 300 yards a game.
100. They want to brutalize you. Great. That's great. The monster wants to brutalize you. You don't be ready for that. All right. And then Oregon, they have 5 top 100 recruits. You got to catch those teams in the Big 12. Utah is picked to win it, but it's a wide open deal.
Well, like Kansas State, I mean, they do a great job of developing and identifying, but do they have enough gunpowder to get past the first round of a playoff with the auto bid?
If they upset somebody, some of it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, but I think the new format, though, that's basically requiring you to win 3 or 4 games, you have to have the best roster. Where back in the day, Boise State could knock off Oklahoma in a 1-game deal.
In a 1-game deal, but not 3.
You know, like Central Florida knocked off Auburn.
Right.
But if you had to do that 3 in a row,
hard
to do. I mean, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's hard to do.
Right.
And that's where the elite talent rosters will win out because of the depth they have.
Yeah. And I want to go back to Sean. I'm not clamoring for Nebraska to join the Big 12. I'm simply saying I miss it. And I really like these trips now. I mean, you're going to Florida. You're going to Houston. I mean, you're going south. You're still going to Texas Tech. Now, you could say, well, Sip, you're going to USC. And that's true. You're going to get some nice weather, some better weather trips now. But I'm not saying that Nebraska belongs in the Big 12. I'm just saying I miss it because I miss those rivalries. Because Sean, we can talk about Iowa. It's a little forced though, right? Still a little forced. Iowa has bigger rivals than Nebraska.
Wisconsin and Minnesota.
Yeah.